last time about Pirkei Avoth. We'll do a little repetition. 567, Parak 4, Mishnah 7. Rabbi Tzadok. Rabbi Tzadok. I'm going to read it myself, so you can catch up. So Rabbi Tzadok says.
This is not where we were.
Yep.
566.
This is what it was, 567. You're reading on the left side where the English one is, right?
Oh, no, so which number are you starting with?
We're doing number 7. Number 7.
Rabbi Sadek?
Rabbi Tzadok, yeah.
Okay, good.
Alta say, yeah, do not make them, you mean Torah and Mitzvah, a crown to aggrandize yourself with them, nor a spade to cut with them. And so Hillel used to say, he who makes a worldly use of the crown of the Torah shall pass away. Thus, who eats benefit from the world of the Torah is removing himself from the world. Rabbi Yossi said, he who honors Torah, his person will be honored by people, but he who profanes Torah, his person will be profaned. I just want to, again, continue what we did last time.
Mine says a little different.
Yeah.
It's close. It said, do not separate yourself from the community when serving as a judge. Do not act as a lawyer. Do not make it to a crown through self-glorification, nor a spade which to dig. So Hillel used to say, he who exploits the crown shall fade away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right. Okay, so I wanted something that I missed last time. It's a story about Rabbi Tarfon, who was a great contemporary of Rabbi Akivah. And there was a story that he visited his own garden. He was a very rich man. He was a well-to-do. And once when he visited his orchard, the guy who was taking care of the orchard for him thought that it's a thieves. And that's actually, it was a year where everyone is permitted to collect the fruit. And anyone who comes can get and enjoy the fruits that are there. But the person who was at the time managing the garden, and one opinion that was his garden, he thought it's a thieves who visited him regularly and who were stealing fruits from them. So what happened when the owner of the vineyard experienced a number of thefts? So basically he came to him, attacked him from the back, and he was a very powerful man. So he put him in a sack and carried him to the river, where he intended to drown him. And this is what happened in the great rabbi, the rich man who, according to the Torah, didn't steal anything. And he is basically using free fruits on a tree. He's being carried to be drowned. And at that point, Rabbi Tarfon realized, because the guy was basically threatening, so they're gonna get even with him. And for all these thefts, he's gonna kill the person. And Rabbi Tarfon says, vow to Rabbi Tarfon, vow to the Rabbi Tarfon. And when the owner heard the name of the Rabbi Tarfon, he removed him from the sack and fell upon his face, begging for forgiveness. And it says that even though Rabbi Tarfon didn't directly benefit and he didn't make any money from that particular instance, he grieved until the rest of his life that he used his name for, so to speak, benefit, for the benefit in himself. And this is what, that's how he interpreted the Mishnah, and he was really on a strict side of it. And we already, last time we spoke about the instance when the person says, who came to collect and who didn't want to benefit, he said, when the Rabbi Yehuda Hanosi said he's going to feed people who learn Torah, the person came and he said, feed me. And he said, did you learn any Torah? He said, no. Then feed me as you would feed the dog or a bird. And he fed him. So it shows the attitude of Chachamim, and it shows how important in their view was that the people would not benefit from making a living using the Torah, and how most personalities that we find in the Talmud, they had their own income. There was a very rich people because like a Yehuda, the prince, but many people basically were working, like Rabbi Yeshua, who was working as the smith. In another opinion, he was working as the, what do you call it? As the, he was making the coals. That's what he did. So I also found a very interesting piece that kind of relates to it in the Gemara Nidarim, because this is a Gemara and Daf Yomi that we're learning right now. And it says, basically describe the notion that Rabbi Akivah becoming wealthy, deriving benefit from the Torah. And this is what it says here. So it says in the Gemara Nidarim that Rabbi Akivah became rich from 6 incidents. The first one is a story with Kalba Savua. I think everyone knows it. Yes, he married the daughter of Kalba Savua, and his wife Rachel was his wife. But Kalba Savua was not happy because at the time his daughter married him, he was an unlearned man, and Kalba Savua didn't like him. He was basically working for Kalba Savua. So he disinherited him. But later on, he was trying to find ways to cancel this neder upon himself and basically to make peace with Rabbi Akivah. And Rabbi, when he came, Rabbi Akivah came to town once, and Rabbi Kalba Savua came and asked him, what would happen? You know, I would like to make peace with my son-in-law. And they asked him, why did you disinherit him? And they say, I disinherited him because he was a poor man and he was ignorant. He was not learning any Torah. So Rabbi Akivah asked him, if he would have known that he would know how to read, he would know the knowledge of the Torah, would you then be happy with the fact that you married him? He said, sure. And I would never make this neder. It will never happen. So, and based on that, Rabbi Akivah canceled the neder, and he made peace with him. And Kalba Savua basically gave him 50% of all his wealth to him and his daughter.
Wow.
Have you heard the story?
Yeah, it is. 50%.
And there's few more places. So one of them, it says that in the past, the ships had, they say, figurine in the front. And like if you see the ships, like Vikings, they have some type of figurine in the front, and Romans and other guys. So what do they do? The sailors, for the good luck, would throw gold coins into that figurine. And it happened that Rabbi Akivah once walking by the shore, and storm brought this broken ship. Rabbi Akivah took this figurine and he became wealthy. But that was not enough. Then there was another case that talks about how, let me see, the wife of the Turnis Rufus, imagine that. The guy who is in charge of the whole Judea and his wife came to ask advice to Rabbi Akivah, and she wanted to convert. So eventually, when Turnis Rufus died, the wife of the Turnis Rufus converted and she became Jewish, and she brought him a lot of money. So that's kind of tells us that even if you don't make, not even so, because no one was advised or suggested to make money from learning Torah, Hashem is going to take care of you no matter what. So that's a story.
Well, because you can't profit from teaching.
Right. This is it.
But Hashem will make sure that you do. You know, that if you teach Torah, then Hashem will look after you.
You're not going to get connected. You're not going to get hungry. Is it enough, or you want some more?
Whatever you want.
Well, let's make it short today. We have guests coming for. Let me see, for Milava Malka.
Okay, so next week's another week.
Same time, yeah. B'ezrat Hashem. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Good night. Good to work.